with the Ron and Fez show. Thanks for being with us on a Tuesday as we start the week. And then Thursday night, we are at Dave & Buster's.
We'll be hanging out at Dave & Buster's, Fezzy. Crazy Jen is going to attempt to do some kind of escape thing, which you know is going to stink on ice. We got hypnosis show going on. We'll be giving away a living room with some trivia. But also, this just came in. Bobo wants to come out and perform for us, Fez. How you doing, Bobo?
Hey, buddies. I'm doing good. How are you?
How do you want to perform?
Well, I was just talking to Chapin, and I wanted to pitch to you me playing sitar, accompanying Chapin singing Smells Like Teen Spirit. The perfect sitar.
Smells like a great idea to me.
All right, let's bring, and this is on the sitar, which is the Indian instrument, right?
Yeah, the great big thing where I was showing you my meaty gams in that picture.
Excuse me?
Here's what I'm asking. Are those the same Indians that have sovereignty?
Yeah, they're part of a sovereign territory.
All right, hold on. We'll find out.
Because that's a very
What do you think tribal sovereignty means in the 21st century, and how do we resolve conflicts between tribes and the federal and state governments?
Yeah. Tribal sovereignty means that it's sovereign. It means you've been given sovereignty and you're viewed as a sovereign entity. Okay. And therefore, the relationship between the federal government and tribes is one between sovereign entities.
All right, let's bring Chapin in and see if he's ready to pull this off. Chapin, are you a decent singer?
No, but I can try.
Yeah, see, that's the problem.
Have you sang with a sitar before?
I must admit I've never been accompanied by a sitar.
Yeah. Do you have a guitar?
I have, I got a couple.
Do you sing?
I sort of sing.
All right, go grab your guitar. All right, we're into this already, Bobo. Whether Chapin makes it or not, I don't know, but you're definitely going to be doing this.
Okay,
all right,
thanks, buddy.
We'll see you Thursday night. So there you have it, the first sitar ever. Smells like Teen Spirit, Fez.
The Sitar Army will be there.
Yeah.
At Dave & Buster's this Thursday night at the White Flint Mall.
Also, some hypnosis going on, Fez. Are you going to get hypnotized?
Yeah, I'm going to go under. Don Friedman's going to be there from HypnoticTouch.com doing his show. So that'll be very interesting. And I love to get hypnotized by Don.
Now, you have the beard coming in.
I got my buck beard coming in for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for the new NFL season.
And you're going to grow that to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, this beard started last night with preseason starting, and we'll go through the Super Bowl just to see exactly how long it'll get.
How long do you imagine?
I think I'll probably get a good 3 inches off the chin.
You know what? I'm not even going to do a gay joke about that. I'm going to let that one go by.
That's how long I think. I think it's going to get long quick.
Well, last time I saw you, you had a good 6 inches off the chin. What happened to that?
Never got called back.
Oh, jeez, it's disgusting.
Does it look longer already?
Yeah, it really
does. It's been a day. Does it look longer?
It's a 24-hour beard.
It's driving me nuts.
Yeah.
I'm just scratching at it.
Oh, is this the point where it's so itchy?
The bad part is going to be when the mustache gets so long that it's just going in my mouth.
Oh. I'm not going to say anything again. No gay references at all.
The sides will get really long, and then, more and more food's going to get stuck in it as the season goes by.
All right, we were talking to Reggie about the whole thing of scamming football games and making the perfect season come down. And all of a sudden, Dubs walks out and told us a scam that he used to do as a little kid.
Yeah, I used to go door to door, and I had this whole elaborate sheet, like a pledge sheet made out with pamphlets of a place. I believe it was in North Carolina. I can't remember where it was at, but we went around saying that we were from 4-H and we needed money to go on this trip and asking if they had pledged money to us. And everybody would do it. The problem is some people would write checks out, so we'd just have them write them right out to me.
Unbelievable. How old were you when you did this?
16.
16 years old and in 4-H.
Well, I wasn't in 4-H.
Just lying about 4-H.
That's undercover.
All right, how much money would you make?
We did it once, and we made $500 in about 4 hours.
Really?
Yeah.
That's nice.
That's not nice. It's a felony. $500. You stole it from elderly people. Why? What did you do with the money? Go and get high?
A little bit of that, a little bit of alcohol.
So you partied with it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's not like anyone's going to go out and buy pants.
We went on a trip.
Yeah, right, acid. That doesn't count. It's an acid trip.
Did you just do it the one time, or is it like, oh, we need money, time to get back to the 4-H club?
It was only one time because we felt like we would get caught because we were really stupid, and we actually went to farms to collect the money, and these people were asking us all these different questions about 4-H, and we didn't know anything about it.
Yeah, well, you don't have to use 4-H when you go out to the farmers. Then you go, oh, this is a chance to take city kids and let them move out into the country for a summer.
You're like the opposite of Farm Aid.
Tad is here from Philly. He was telling us a story. Come on over, bro. What did you use? What was your big scam?
At a gas station before it got taken over by the non-Caucasians. The manager of the store had the key that set the prices, and he set all the prices back to .008. So we'd pump gas for a couple hours. Your total would come out to be about 8 cents. We'd charge 10 or 15. Well less than what a fill-up would be. And we'd pocket the rest. Some nights we'd split between 2 people, 3 people, maybe about, I don't know, $600-700 each.
So the guy wouldn't get out. He'd just say, "Fill me up." He wouldn't get out of his car to check.
Nobody looks.
That's
nobody
funny.
looks at the pump.
Yeah.
They just assume that you're up and up, whatever. And plus, if you fill up your car, and we knew everybody back in those days, it might be $12, $15. We'd knock $5 up, say 10. And the lady's like, "Wow, $10 filled up." We're like, "Yeah, come on back tomorrow."
This is great. We're really doing well. Now, how long did you keep that going before the new ownership?
They were in process. It lasted about 6 months, believe it or not.
Wow.
Where we were starting to think, you know what, they might be catching on here. So we kind of cut back on it. And
you never got busted, huh?
No, never got busted.
Always good to cut back and not just stop cold turkey like that.
Yeah.
Slowly.
Well, Dubs, this makes your stupid 4-H thing looks like like baby stuff. Why don't we do this? Let's hear the best scams you've ever pulled off in your life. Best scams you've ever been able to pull off. Because I don't know what it is about me. It might be a bad thing. I love hearing angles. That's why I like this book. I like any kind of movie where there's a cheating poker game going on. I like anything like a movie like The Sting. And best story that we have out there, we'll give them some Kid Rock tickets. Give us a call right now to win Kid Rock tickets, 866-277-4969, 866-277-4969. Looking for those best scams you can pull off.
And it's Kid Rock at the Merriweather Post Pavilion on Thursday, September 9th. That show coming up, and tickets on sale now at all Ticketmaster outlets.
Here's Brian. First wants to ask us for something. Brian, what do you got for us?
Hey, what's up, guys? I love the show.
Thanks.
I was just listening like a couple minutes ago, and you guys played that Bush snippet. Can you play that again and dedicate it to my friend Matt, who's listening? He doesn't believe that our president, who I guess that would qualify as a scam also, would actually say something like that. So I was just wondering if you guys could play that.
All right, this is for Matt. This is the latest Bushism, as they call it. This is Bush trying to struggle, Fez, and then we're going to have to put this on hold for a while.
What do you think tribal sovereignty means in the 21st century, and how do we resolve conflicts between tribes and the federal and state governments?
Tribal sovereignty means that. It's sovereign. It means you've been given sovereignty, and you're viewed as a sovereign entity.
Okay.
And therefore, the relationship between the federal government and tribes is one between sovereign entities.
What must be going on in that head? Something is just... There's a red light flashing that's saying just keep talking.
All right, Mizzle the Tizzle has sent us, he says, a medley of Bushisms. Who should I send this to?
Do it to the Justin Lee Johnson.
All right, hold on. I'm going to send that now. Can somebody else get into that while you're on the air here with us?
Yeah.
Because, you know how those guys are in the back. Everything's a party for them. All right, we're going to do scam stories here, Fez. Best scam stories of all time. Here's Steve. Steve, you're on Running Fez.
Hey, how are you guys?
What was your scam, buddy?
When I got out of high school, I used to call up record companies and tell them I worked for a fake magazine. I'd get backstage passes, photo passes, interviews with bands. Sony Records took me out drinking. I went to Lollapalooza. I met Pearl Jam and Ice Cube, Soundgarden, hung out with them.
You're like Ronald Miller.
All right, now, how's the gimmick work, though?
I would call the record company. I would tell them I worked for a fake magazine, and I would get press passes. I'd get photo passes. I'd go to meet and greets. And then I was smart enough, I'd send flowers to the secretary the next day, and they'd start calling me and putting me on guest lists for shows. And we set up an interview with this band. We thought you'd want to meet.
Now, how long did this go on?
I did this for about 2-3 years, all through college. That's how my friends and I met every band we were ever into. I got pictures with the Chili Peppers and all sorts of bands.
Nobody asked you to see the articles? Did they ask to see the article?
No, they would just ask for credentials beforehand, and I would just take, on a computer, I'd just make up fake magazine letterhead and put, all the numbers I would just put as my number. And, no one ever really checked it beyond that. They would say, fax me a cover sheet on letterhead. So I just make fake letterhead.
Would you follow through and actually interview the band?
What I would usually do is when I would meet them, I would just come there and say, hey, look, I'll be honest, I'm a huge fan. I just really wanted to meet you. And 9 times out of 10, they were like, good, I'm glad I don't have to do an interview. And I'd hang out and eat with them and drink with them. I was 19 and, getting drunk with all these bands. And
that's a great one, my man. All right. Talk to you later. Here is, he'll go into the finals, Fez. Here's Chris. Chris, what was your scam?
Hey, I got 2, but I'll give you the best one.
Right.
My mom is a registered nurse for a nursing center, kind of a retirement center. People go there to, die, whatever. And we used to take a wheelchair, and a good friend of mine, and we were about 14, 15. My bigger brother was 16, so he'd drive us out. We'd go to RFK, and we'd hit up Camden Yards. And a good friend of mine, his brother, not the brightest kid. I mean, you can call him clinically slow, but we used to put him in the chair. We used to go around back, get a little sob story, we're broke, all this money goes to his medical care, and we just kind of scoot on into most of the football and baseball games.
All right, man. Unbelievable. Thank you very much. Now, you don't feel like this is messing with karma, some of this stuff?
I never liked the thing of being the guy who's healthy and the fake wheelchair. I never liked that act.
I know people who actually went and had a fake cast on, and this was actually a brilliant idea, to go to Disney World and be able to go past the line. And they wheeled him in and out. Everybody was cool with it. And they actually went and had a cast put on him, signed all kinds of things so it made it look older, and never had to stand in line at Disney World. That saves you like an hour and a half, 2 hours a ride.
For some reason, that one is the one that really gets me the most. I think you are just asking for trouble when you act like you're a cripple.
You feel like God gets mad at that, huh?
Yeah, and then something's going to happen to you.
Here's Tim. Tim, you're on Fez.
Hi, guys. It's one of the easiest scams in the world, but this one had double pleasure because it was my ex-wife's brother who owned a bar. And when you're bartending, you can easily scam when you bartend because all you do is you bring in a draft beer, you tell them it's $3.50, you put one in the till, and you manage out your tips by the end of the night, so you end up making money. Well, my scam was they had the bingo tickets. Here's $1, and you get one of those little bingo tickets. You can draw from there. And if you line up, you win whatever's in that till. Well, the till, under state regulation, now this was out of Ohio, they had to have $1,000 in the till in case someone hit. Well, every night we had to write down the winning tickets. Well, things weren't going well with the ex, and I was able to work out a racket where they never wrote down their numbers. For whatever reason, they didn't. They got cited once, and they were still not obeying what they needed to do.
All right, real quick, a lot of other people want to play this.
When they weren't writing down the scam, or when they weren't writing down the tickets, I knew that. So I started taking, guys would hit for $500. I would take 500 out of the till, write down 1,000, and put 500 in my pocket. Ended up winning or taking home about $5,000 from this guy.
Wow, thank you very much, my man. Now, how do you feel about that one, Fuzzy? He steals $5,000. He says from an ex-brother-in-law, it was still a brother-in-law at the time. Yeah, years later, you could go like, yeah, well, he was rotten to my sister. At the time, this guy had no idea.
That one would still play on my guilt.
You're a guilty guy, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Here's Tom. Tom, you're on Fez.
Hey, yeah. When I was back in the mid-'80s, when I was in high school, I used to be like a shift manager, but they had me work all the time.
Nice.
And we had like a pizza restaurant, and on the separate side, they had like a delivery set up. And they just had these big, long sheets of paper where people would call in, order pizzas, and you'd write them down. And you'd always have people canceling. And after about 8 months of working there, we figured out there was no difference between people canceling and us just writing canceled. So we just started writing canceled on slips. And then we would find whoever was going to be getting off the earliest that night and have them go make a beer run or pick up a little something for when we all got off work, and we'd hang out after work.
All right, my man. That's a good one. Go into the finals. Here's Mikey. Mikey, you're on Ron and Fez.
All right, this is a scam that actually my wife pulled. Disney had a deal where you got 10% back any purchase. Well, what she did was she would buy Disney dollars and get 10% additional Disney dollars. Then she'd go to another store, turn the Disney dollars back into American dollars, then go to a different store, take that money, and keep doing it. The only limitation was $500. We ended up paying for the cruise, basically, from what she made from off of that deal.
Nobody called her basically selling these dollars back and forth, huh? Nobody called her.
After about 2 weeks, Disney decided to exclude the Disney dollars from the sale, and then that kind of ended our fun. But we made some money off of it in the meantime.
Yeah, God forbid you should go out and enjoy the park. All right, thank you very much, my man. 866-277-4969. What's the best scam you ever pulled off? Here is Bill. Bill, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Yeah. What you got, Bill?
This is back in the high school days. I was an usher at a movie theater, and what we would do, like if a group of people come in with like 4 or 5 tickets or whatever, you would take like 2 tickets, rip them in half, and give everybody a stub, and then we would keep the whole tickets. Then I would give them to a buddy of mine, and then he would go around the corner and sell them. And this is like when big movies was out, like Die Hard, Fatal Attraction. And we literally made like $10,000, $15,000 over the course of 3 or 4 months just doing that.
Wow. All right, thanks, man. So in the meantime, you're really stealing from Bruce Willis. I was like, I don't understand it. We got the #1 movie, and yet I'm not getting any money. Where's my kickback? Where's my percentage of the gross?
On the car lot, we had a guy who was renting out the brand new Oldsmobiles on the weekends. And renting them out to his friends and that sort of thing.
Renting them?
Yeah, he was not allowed to.
Right.
But just the new car inventory was disappearing on the weekends and coming back on Monday. Really, really dirty.
Ryan, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, I worked for a car rental company in one of the main offices, actually. And what would happen is they'd come in, customers would come in, and people who paid with credit, we'd say, hey, we'll knock $200 or $300 off your car rental bill. And me and a couple other guys actually figured out a way to enter it into the computer that the mileage would not come back anymore, and they would actually not even know that the car was gone. So we actually did about $50,000 worth of damage, and I got indicted federally on it. And
so something like this isn't a fun story at the end.
No.
The federal indictment comes down.
Yeah, I sued my union and got my back pay, actually.
Thank you very much. Yes, so you just never stop with this. Even shame doesn't even work on him. Kevin, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys, how are you?
Good, buddy. What can we do for you?
Good. I had a car one time, and I was driving it home from a bar, and I slammed into a curb, and I got the car pulled over on the side of the road. And 2 nights later, some girl was drunk. She slammed into the back of my car, and her insurance company declared it totaled, so I got a new car out of the deal after I'd already wrecked it.
All right, hold on, my man. You're going to enter the finals. Let's go to Teddy. Teddy, you're on the Ron and Fez show. What scam did you work, buddy?
Hey, fellas, back in the early 70s, I don't know if you remember the bit on Saturday Night Live, you know, the land
shark? Yeah.
We got to fooling around one night at college, and we found out that we could charge candygrams to any phone number in the country. You just give them fictitious numbers. So every Wednesday we would send a candygram to us. It'd get there about Thursday or Friday right before party time.
And so you would send a candygram to yourself?
Yes, you'd have munchies on the weekend.
And then...
He loves chocolate.
Say somebody else sent it.
say somebody else said it, and then you just make up 10 digits, and they send the bill to that. They used to send it to a phone number.
Thank you very much, my friend. Somebody's like got probably divorced over this. Who did you send a candygram to? Mike, what's your scam, buddy?
Yeah, I was 14 and I worked at IHOP, the pancake house.
Nice.
And they had me on a cashier at 14, and when the cops would come in for breakfast and stuff, you'd give them 50% off their bill. And so what I figured out is if you get 50% off, if you hit it again, it would zero the bill out. So people would come up and get a $60 bill or whatever. I would be the cop discount twice, and then they'd pay in cash and then just pocket the money. I ended up getting about $2,500.
$2,500 over how much time?
Probably about 4 months.
Nice.
When I was only 14 years old, I thought I was like the richest kid in the world.
Oh, yeah. That's Bill Gates. If you got $2,500 at 14, you know how much crystal meth you can buy with that? You're having the time of your life. All right, Mike, way to go. I like your story. I like it when a kid's like, all these years later, this is still great. Now, what was I thinking? I wish I had that job again right now. Here's Ryan. Ryan, you're on the Ron and Fez show. What's your scam?
Hey, I used to work at Pizza Hut, and
nice.
People used to come up to me and pay. Yeah, I know. It's a great job, right? People used to come up and pay me in cash, and I'd keep a booklet of receipt of coupons in the back behind the counter. And every time they'd pay in cash, I'd scan the coupon, and whatever changes left over from the coupon would go into my pocket. I did this for about a year, almost 2 years, and I paid my rent for almost 2 years.
Beauty. Thank you very much. I like that. Put them in the finals, Fez. Here's Fred. Fred, you're on Ron and Fez.
How you doing, fellas?
Cool, pal.
Hey, back in the day, a young lady friend of mine used to write her own prescription.
How would you do that?
Well, she used to go to the doctor, and she let the pad a prescription pad. She was kind of hefty, so with one of them amphetamines, I can write them still. I can still to this day write them. She would walk in past the prescription. If we wanted barbiturates, she'd write it, and I'd walk in past the prescription.
The problem with this, as soon as you do a gimmick like this, that's felony. So
it was part of the fun.
Yeah, well, I know that's fun when you're getting $50 worth of downs, but then when you're doing 6 to 7 years for it, I mean,
man, we were 18, 19 years old. We wouldn't even think about all that.
I understand, but there's some kid sitting in jail right now who's 21 for grabbing a prescription pad somewhere. That's one of the things they come down on like there's no tomorrow.
But, it's like Post-its. It's like, I would imagine it would be hard to resist if you had that in your hand.
Well, I mean, you can say the same thing about cash. You just can't pick it up and go with it. But some things, they don't make a big deal when you steal. They make a big deal if you steal those prescriptions. Here's Mike. Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, yeah, I was in about 11th grade. Me and a friend of mine worked in a nursery, and we were studying for a test. We had used registers with note cards, and we figured out a way of manipulating the register with by sticking the card in the back of it, and it wouldn't show up on their tape.
Yeah.
It would leave a void. And over the course of about 2.5 years, I guess we made about $16,000.
All right, man. You're going into the finals. Let's take a couple more. Here's Fezzy. Here's Justin. Justin, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ron and Fez. How you guys doing?
Cool in the gang, my friend.
I got this internship in Baltimore City. And what they do is they rehabilitate old buildings. They bought out this liquor store, and they were rehabilitating it. And they just sold all the liquor in there. They donated all the food. And then there were all these tobacco products that they had, and they didn't know what to do with them.
Right.
So they sent me over there with trash bags to fill them up with cigarettes. And I ended up keeping about 200 for myself. And then a little bit later, I went to a Fish concert.
Yeah.
And I just sold them all in the parking lot, 2 for $5, and I cleaned up.
You were selling packs?
Yeah, packs of cigarettes.
Yeah. All right, you're going into the finals. I pulled a similar thing like that, Fez. I showed up at a Fish show, and I was selling toothbrushes and bars of soap because it was a weekend thing.
Right.
Never sold one.
Really?
Sat there with a truckload of toothbrushes and soap nobody would buy.
I wonder what went wrong. It seems like the perfect plan.
They're dirty people. Dirty. Mason, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up?
Good, buddy. What can we do for you?
Yeah, I used to work at a barbecue place.
Nice.
And when people would come in, they would order something like ribs and a drink, and ribs would be like $19.99. So I would just tell them that'll be like $22, and then hit the no sale button, and then when they leave, I just put the 22 in my pocket.
So now, how often would you do this a night?
Every 4 or 5 customers.
All right, so you make an extra couple $100 for yourself every night?
Yeah, I'd get paid hourly, and then I'd make an extra, $50, $100.
All right, my man. Thank you very much. I mean, that's stealing right from the play stuff. Here's Scotty. Scotty, what was your scam?
Our scam was basically, when we was younger, we used to go inside the strip club, and we would take dollar bills and rip them in half. So whenever they walked around and we was up there at the dance floor, we'd just give them like $half bill. Fold them in half, because when all that money is gambled up around their legs, it looked just like a regular dollar. They didn't know.
So
until they got in the back and realized, hey, I only got $half here. What's going on, Also, we used to use $half.
Why didn't you just put 50 cents in there? She could actually use it.
Yeah, right. And then another thing we used to do was we used to take the $half when we used to have the old bus machines, whereas now you use $1 and it goes in electronically.
Yeah.
You take that dollar and just fold it up in half and just slide it right into the slot, That was basically it.
All right, good stuff. We'll put you into the finals. All right, Fuzzy, let's stop there. We're going to take a break. Well, hold on. I want to hear what this guy, Mike, though. Hey, Mike, what was your scam?
I was at one of those going to Mike Las Vegas style shows in Frederick one time.
Yeah.
2-3 years ago at XL, I think it was. I don't even know the name of the place.
All right.
And we started our own tab, and we found out to the guy next to us who started a tab, and then we decided to use his tab the rest of the night, worth about $250 worth of beer.
All right, now, to a fellow Don and Mike listener, you leave him with a $250 tab.
Not Don and Mike, some other...
I know, but you think they would want that to happen to their listeners.
It was a good time. It was there. The moment was there, just like anyone.
Well, why not just take the money out of their pocket? All right, I'll talk to you later, man.
Club him outside.
Make sure he doesn't win. All right, we're going to take a break. You'd think, you're all together with the radio show. You think there's some kind of camaraderie, some kind of brotherhood, and this guy attempts to leave somebody else with his tab. All right, we'll take a break. We'll be right back. Fez, you'll pick a winner. It's the Ron and Fez Show.